Greetings from your queen. Your queen of Ooga Booga, that is. Hi, I'm Sally Diane, and welcome to Psychic Sunday Live. After a brief delay, I'm here on, and my mic is working now, with my producer. How are you?
Fine.
Yes, and we've been battling the heat and software crashes. I think we've got some of the issues taken care of.
It's definitely not battling the heat.
So, a few announcements.
Hi, Marcy.
Hi, Marcy. How are you? Welcome to the show. So, first off, I want everybody to know that I'm doing readings now from the Spa by the Tracks in Stratford, and you can call Aaron at this number. Well, sorry, we're live. Call Aaron at the Spa by the Tracks, and you can make your appointment to see me live at the spa. And also, looking forward, we will be teaching some workshops there too. So I'm looking forward to that. And we also have a very special event, our first collaboration. We will be doing a live podcast on OGPS Filming, their Haunting Live podcast on Saturday, July 17th at 8 p.m. And we will be broadcasting live from the Queen's Inn. The OGPS is the exclusive filmer investigator for the Queen's Inn at Stratford. And so we will be talking a lot about that and a lot about an event in November that we will be doing. If you would like to attend, there are a few seats with it. Well, actually, there's, the groups of 10 kind of thing, but there are a few available seats. So if you want to come and join the live podcast, let me know. Send me an email at queenofoogaBooga@gmail.com. Okay. No dead air. Okay, so I know that last week we had, we had some difficulties. My laptop just wasn't broadcasting correctly, and so that is why you don't see that on my channel right now, because quality just wasn't there. But I had told about a prediction. I had a vision of what was going to happen at the end of the Trump presidency, and I found out that Sylvia Brown had written a book before Donald Trump ever ran for president, and she predicted the 2020 virus, and she also predicted that the president of the United States would die of a heart attack in 2020. Well, what I saw was just a simple vision of the front of the White House at night, and there were red and blue flashing lights. It was really, really quiet. You could actually hear the motor on the little lights. And I also, when I look at Pence, I see him being in the Oval Office but not elected. Also, I talked to one of my other psychic friends, Eva, the gypsy lady from Brown City, Michigan, and she actually had a vision as well. Hers involved her standing next to a soldier and the president standing behind the podium and a little red light on him, which I think is a bit extreme. I don't think something like that's going to happen. But that's three psychics that see a not good end for Mr. Trump. Let's put it that way. So I found that interesting. Few more things.
Hi, Toxic Wealth.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Hi, Chris and Trevor.
Oh, now the gang's all here.
We got 8 people watching.
8 people. Any questions? Mark and Trevor, I just announced about the podcast, and I'm looking over to the side. I'm sorry about that. Our podcast at the Queen's Inn. I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully, some of the folks watching the show would like to join. I'm looking forward to collaboration on a YouTube channel. So, Trevor, would you like me to throw a few cards for you? I don't think I got to read you last week. So let's do a minute reading for Trevor. See what's coming up ahead for him. Okay. Okay, your first card is the Chariot. And if you notice on top, there's a number 7. And that tells me that July is going to be a month of forward movement for you. So this is a time for you to take a few more chances, do some bolder things, decide what direction you want your life to go ahead, because this is the month that you can set yourself on that course. It shows you as being the Chariot tour. I always look at the negative because I like to end up on the positive. The positive's the best anyhow. Oh, well, it's funny. You have a very, very positive card, the 10 of Cups, on the negative side. And I think there might be a little it's kind of a fear of success kind of thing. And I think you may have a little bit of fear of success. And the positive is the Ace of Wands. And so your life is moving forward, and you've got a big new opportunity that might be a little scary coming your way. So I look forward to seeing that. So who else wants a minute reading? Do we have a me? And Toxic Wave, I did see those cards. Toxic Wave sent me pictures of some 3-dimensional tarot cards that were amazing. It was the Sun and the Death card. And the Sun, traditionally speaking, has a kid on a horse. And in the card, the horse was coming out of the front, but if you looked out of the back of the horse was coming out of the back of the card. It was really neat. And I'm not sure what it was made out of. It was made out of some sort of a white material, maybe a bone or something. Anyhow, thank you for sharing those pictures. Oh, I'd really like those cards. Anyhow, who wants a reading?
Marcy wants to know a prediction for the end of the pandemic in Canada.
For the end of the pandemic in Canada? Okay. Well, no, don't you need that. We are going to have a hiccup. Not nearly as bad as our neighbors to the south, but it's just a hiccup. It's like getting it under control, and we'll go through that little bit where we'll regret having right on that. So, who's that? Marcy, you're there. Well, okay. Goodness. Well, I really appreciate that everybody um, is being patient with us, and I hope that everybody continues to be patient with us. You don't know? Here. Okay, can you guys hear us out there? Let us know. Whoops. Can they hear me now?
I'm waiting for a response.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Uh,
Can you hear me now?
you have to actually speak for them to be able to hear something.
Well, can you hear me now?
Well, you just keep talking and keep shuffling. And yes, they can.
Oh, good, good. So, like I said before we lost the sound, I'm going to pick on Marcy this time. And Marcy, you get a mini minute reading. See what's going on for Marcy. Oh, nice, nice, nice. You've got a Three of Cups period happening for you. And this is just short reading. I think this feels like it's going to happen in the very near future. I see you getting together with some family members, having a little fun. Maybe somebody that you haven't seen for a while because of, everything that's going on. Okay, and the negative is the Chariot. Okay, and the positive is the Lovers. And with the Lovers, there's this crack in the earth, and I always see that as kind of being a border. And what this tells me, when I turned over the Three of Cups, I got a feeling of you getting together with maybe some old girlfriends or family members, but it feels like a meeting of females. So it feels like girls' night out coming up. But what works against you is those who can't come. So this is a social group that might include somebody from down south from the U.S., because it also shows that you find a way to reach out to your friends across the border. Okay, who else wants a mini minute reading? You know what I was thinking about was a reading I had some time ago, and
Hi, Karen.
hi, Karen. I'll tell you all the story. This young woman comes in, and I knew her. She was I knew that she was on a limited budget, and so when she came in for a reading, I kind of talked to her first just to make sure that, she was okay, that she wasn't spending her rent money or anything, doing it discreetly, of course. But, it seemed like she had the money to spend, and she knew what she wanted. So fine. So we I we go into the room and we start the reading. Well, as soon as the reading starts, this little Scottish guy shows up, and he's just poking around and poking around. And I realized this is one of her past relatives. And so finally, I'd had enough of him. So I looked at her and I said, do you know an old Scottish guy that may have passed, somebody close to you? And she goes, oh, that sounds like my grandpa. What does he have to say? Well, oh my goodness! At that point in time, this 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 spirit turns around and he just gives me an earful. Well, I looked at her and then I looked directly at him. And while I looked directly at him, I said to her, Your grandpa says he loves you and he watches over you, and sometimes he worries about people taking advantage of you, which wasn't exactly what he said, but close enough. So he stays there during the whole reading, and she was enjoying herself. But right toward the end, I had some product in a bag that was ready to put on the shelf, little pods of pixie dust. And he points to it and goes, "You're going to give her some of these, aren't you?" And I just kind of smiled and nodded and reached down and gave her a few pods of pixie dust. But that was one of my favorite readings. Okay, Karen, would you like a reading?
Toxic waste was a question from Mary, or want to read it
Oh,
from Mary?
sweet Mary, sweet Mary. Hello, Mary. Okay.
Karen, if you have a question, type it out.
Okay, so your middle card is the Ace of Swords. And when I look at that, I see a few things. First off, you're not alone, and you're both in the same spot. So I know what that's all about. And for you, I see some education coming up. That you are going to be, taking some sort of a class. There's this idea of a certificate. Really don't think we'd be looking at a 5-year college degree or something like that. But I do see you sitting in a bit of a classroom and studying a bit. So the negative and the positive. I think this is something that you have to do for some reason because it looks like you're a little resistant to the idea. And the positive, okay, this might not be the kind of class that you take necessarily get ahead career wise. It's more like kind of class that you take to learn how to better treat a condition, like, say, a class on nutrition or a class on how to use certain equipment that you have to use. Because all the cards around you are swords, and I really feel like it is dealing with the medical issues in your life. And the positive thing is you have the Four of Swords, and when you look at that card, how he's sitting in the teepee and everything, but it's positive. So he's on the healing side. And there's the healing tea and there's healing herbs around him. And so, whatever new regime this is that you're learning, it does lead to healing. And it does, it feels like it teaches you how to help yourself. Okay. And who else had a question? Oh, I told Karen I was going to give her a mini-minute reading. So, Karen, you're next in line. And Karen. Mhm. Okay, Karen. I have somebody very special in your life. He feels like he might be a little younger. I'm wondering if this is a child or whether this is just um, an immature male. Anyhow, I do see a younger man who is the words love and support come through. I think that this is telling me that your relationship with this individual is coming into a really good phase. I think you're going to see more openness and more honesty from this individual, and that's a positive thing. You have him, as being as being the center issue, and this is being positive, and this is aspects of the same person. So you have somebody who is maturing emotionally and learning to express themselves better, and that's a positive thing in your life. The negative is this, and you see how he's laying in a bed, and this tells me I think that there might be an underlying condition with you that sometimes flares up. But that's it, just it feels well in hand. So the negative is very small there, but we always have to look at that. So thank you for watching, Karen. And when we first started going together, we did Stan and Ray's first Star Fairs, um, and I would give lectures on the tarot and the runes and that. And my producer at that point was my front person, and so he would be the one that told people about me and signed them up for readings, and he did everything except doing the readings themselves, which I did. Um, and we did that for a couple of years, and then we just reality took over and we went into the real world. And then I started doing readings in Stratford instead. But I found out recently that Stan and Ray have retired, and I wish them all the luck in their retirement. And I hope that you have a lot of good travels and good times ahead there. And I'd also like to say that Stan Mallow is starting his own YouTube channel as well. I hope you guys tune in to him. I know that there's a link to his channel on my channel. And so I'd like to say, wish them luck. Also, Paul Fulcher took over their fairs, so the first Star Fairs will still be happening. And I'm not sure what Paul Fulcher calls this tours these days, but it used to be, what was it, Future Quest? Anyhow, he's a good guy. Good luck to you, Paul. Whoops. Just dropped my mic a little bit. Okay. I did. Okay. I
Hi,
guess.
Heather.
Well, hello. How are you, Heather?
Heather wants to know whether the cards can tell you who your spirit guides are. And are spirit guides from your past, their ancestors, or something different entirely?
Yes. Yes. All of the above. Sorry about that, Heather, but it really is true. A spirit guide could be any of those things. A spirit guide is a spiritual entity that watches over you and helps you. And as soon as you ask if the cards can tell you, I got your heart can tell you. And so I'm pretty sure that you're kind of in touch with him, but you're just not trusting your instincts. And you might be clouding up with some other things. But I'll throw some cards for you anyhow, because that's what I'm here for. And just so you know, I'm doing readings at the Spa by the Tracks now here in Stratford. And also, I will be doing a collaboration with OGPS Filming on July 17th at the Queen's Inn. And we have a very small audience, very, very, very small. But there are a limited number of seats. So anybody who's interested in attending the podcast and participating a bit, hearing some of the ghost stories and about the ghosts of Stratford and the Queen's Inn in particular, just send me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. And now a few cards for Heather's question about spirit guide. What about Heather's spirit guides? I just get a feeling that her spirit guide's a tortured artist. Oh, my goodness, you do have spirit guides. I knew you did. Sorry, I was just working this out. In the middle, you have the Lover's card. So, yes, you have a spirit guide, and it's a male. It is somebody, I think he's in your family tree, but he feels like he's really old, like from the late 17th, early 18th century. You know, back when men wore breeches. He wore breeches in his life. And he says that he's here to help you through your sad times. And he's here to give you strength and comfort. But it's not his job to find your lottery numbers. I get that from here, right here. 7 of coins, ill aspected. I think, which is where I get that. He's, you know, he's more about helping you when you're sad, because this is positive. So I know it doesn't look positive, but it means that when you feel like these ladies, he's there to comfort you. But this is his way of saying he's no good with the money stuff. We all have our we all have our skills.
Chris is correcting you that the live show will be so July 18th.
Senior moment, people. July 18th. July 18th at the Queen's Inn, we will be having the live cast with OGPS filming and their Hauntings Live podcast, 8 o'clock, Saturday, July 18th, 1/8, at the Queen's Inn, and also on the OGPS filming YouTube channel. Okay, so who's next for a minute reading?
Chris has a question. I'm just trying to get a name out of him first. If friends and family in Stratford have an elderly person who's not doing well.
I
just want to know what the cards say.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mrs. T.
Oh, I used to have a Mrs. T in my life back in Blissfield, Michigan, many decades ago. So I'm assuming that Mrs. T is a widow, and I say that because a man shows up very powerful in her life. And it just feels like he's looking, it feels like he's on the other side of the veil. You know, a lot of times widows will have their husbands looking after them, and this feels like that. You know, this feels like somebody who's in spirit, that's very close to her and in communication with her. So she is close. I think right now she's resisting. She is being called from behind the veil, but she's resisting. And I think that she is trying to stay alive and stay in this world until she sees all of her loved ones. I hope that was helpful.
Hi, AP. You want to know who your future husband is?
Oh my goodness. I remember when I was a little kid, we used to look into our hands and we'd say whatever letter you saw in your hand would be the initial of your future husband. Or we'd take an apple and the little core on an apple and we twist it and how every turn, it's to be A, B, C, D. I think by the time I hit 10, I had like a perspective of maybe 10 different husbands. Okay, so
But the only thing I ever saw was that stupid fold-up paper thing.
oh, those
With
were
with the
great.
corners you open it every twist way. Drove me nuts.
Oh, I love those. Anyhow, let's look at AP's future. Okay, so future romance. I'm assuming that you want the romance before the husband. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. You have no children. Basically, I see on the path you're on, you'll end up marrying whoever fathers your child, because it's like you will marry the father of your children. But this is what comes up as my center card. And this is the Queen of Cups. And I love this card. I love this deck. And it's based on Botticelli's work, The Birth of Venus. And for you, I think that it tells me that there is some experiences that you need to have in life. Um, there's this idea of needing to mature a little bit, but there's also this idea of husband and child come real close together, real close knitted together. Because when we look at what's positive in your life, I'm sure that there are those in your life that don't think you're heading in the good direction relationship wise. This says a little bit different. It does say that there will be a man in your life, and he will be the father of your child, and he will have a very close bond with the child. And you both show up as the same suit, so you're well matched. So there is good potential here. It says the man you will marry will be a good father. What works against you is there is that disapproval. The man you marry, somebody close to you will disapprove. Don't worry about it. It always happens.
Hi, Lifeguard 2727.
Lifeguard 2727, great to see you. Would you like a little mini-minute reading?
Well, she has a question.
Oh, I'm full of answers.
Her and her husband are starting to plan a family.
Oh, nice.
And she wants to know what the cards look like, as far as that situation goes.
Okay.
Can we pull out those cards, or are they too X-rated?
Dun, 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 dun. We'll keep the bound chick wow wow out of it, okay? Oh, gee. Well, none of my students are here, so they wouldn't appreciate this card. Middle of the card, you get the Ace of Wands. I'm not even going to tell you what we called that card in our class, but it is a most phallic card. As far as a family goes, I think that we have 3 children here. 1, 2, 3. The first is the biggest and the hardest to conceive. You might need a little help there. Yeah. Definitely need a little help. It feels like there is some blockages here, and I really feel like it might be on your husband's side. Um, but the boxers versus briefs thing. And then the positive side is it says that it is going to cost you a little bit of money. So you might need some sort of assistance, some sort of, maybe just to get you started as far as, I mean, we all know the process, but this shows money being spent, but money well spent. So once you start having kids, you'll have three of them. And like I said, the first one will be a big baby. Um, the other two, the second two, are going to be smaller but quicker. And the word devious comes up. So you might have your two smaller children are going to be mischievous. That's okay. I like mischievous children. Well, good luck to you. Um, I know you want to know how long this will take. You could conceive within the year. Okay.
You're welcome, lifeguard. You know what happened today?
What?
Palm reading show number 5 was uploaded.
Finally. Palm reading show number 5. I'm still doing weekly palm readings, and we like to have them up on Thursday, but we're still working through system crashes and Windows and blah blah blah. Anyhow, I'm still doing palm readings. I'd still love to get your palms. Send them to the Queen of Ooga Booga at gmail.com. And I'd like to see 2 pictures, one of your left hand, one of your right, and include the thumb and the fingers. And I'd like to see the palm right down to here. And don't do this. Don't splay your hand out. Make sure it's kind of relaxed so I can see all the nice little mounds on your hands. All right. So, do we have someone else?
Hi, Ava.
Ava! Whoops. The cards are just falling down for you.
Well, Ava, let's see what that card is.
Oh, my goodness. Ava, look at what you drew. Ava drew the Fool card, or should I say, the Fool card came flying out of my deck when Ava showed up. And that is a card that's so good. This tattoo right here is based on the Fool card. And the idea of the Fool is that it is about opportunity, and it's about the kind of opportunity that comes out of nowhere. The Fool's card says always be optimistic. Know that there's something waiting for you right around the corner. And Ava, there's something waiting for you right around the corner. All right. So how's the gypsy lady doing today?
The who?
Oh, Ava. Ava's the gypsy lady. Well, dead air.
Oh, yeah, a lot of that. You just,
I scared you all away. Okay, so Eva, I'm going to continue with your reading and pull 3 cards for you, just because I can. Okay. You've seen her before. Nice. Okay, Ava, when I do a 3-card spread for you, this is how you show up. The Queen of Cups. And I just drew her earlier, Botticelli's Venus on a Half Shell. With you, it feels like some opportunities that may have been dead are coming back around. And I say that because negative is the Magician. So this is talking about something that you have not managed to bring to fruition yet. Positive, the 8 of Pentacles. And that tells me to keep on going out there, keep on getting it keep on knocking on the same doors. And I'm pretty sure this has to do with your graphic arts because it has this feel of a skilled trade. Okay, Eva, you go, girl.
All right, who's got a question out there?
So while I'm waiting,
All right, hang on,
oh,
AP. See, sorry, AP, I missed that second part of your question. Why will people disapprove of her husband? Should she be worried? Do you need to be psychic to answer that question?
no. It could either be your mother or better yet, a sister or a friend who thinks they are your mother because it feels like this person takes a dominant role in your life, and the idea of having somebody in your life threatens that. And no, you should not be worried.
You know, it's easy for us two to say that. We're both the black sheep in the family.
Oh my goodness. Yes, indeedy. Okay, so we're putting up two videos this week that we're doing one, and it's a recipe. It's a cooking video where I'll be making a water pie, and I've already made it. It turned out well. I've already distributed it through the neighborhood. But with the water pie, it's a Depression era recipe that starts out by pouring a cup and a half of water into a raw pie shell, and after that, it gets weird. But it produces a pie. If I think you have to cool it down right. That's the secret to it. And we left it, took it out of the oven and let it sit for 2 hours and cool down. And then we put it in the refrigerator. For the recipe and how to make it, you're just going to have to tune in to the video where I make a water pie. And my second recipe video, which was a lot of fun, was making pixie dust. And, I am your queen of Ooga Booga. And I've gotten into tarot a little bit and talked about certain things. The pixie dust is some truly Ooga Booga stuff. It's pretty, it's light, but it's house blessing, and it brings good fortune to everybody in your household. And it has some wonderful stuff in it. It's got lavender and sandalwood and frankincense and myrrh in it, and it also has rhinestones and glitter in it. So what pixie doesn't love that? I made a nice big a tub of it, and so I'm going to be distributing that around to my neighborhood as well. Okay, next question. Make sure you watch those videos.
Hi, Nav.
Hi.
Nav wants to know when her Aman will contact her.
And that's as in a spiritual leader?
I believe it is.
Yeah. Well, I just say that because the first thing I get is that he's doing other things right now. It's like this is the center one, and it looks like he's somebody that's on the go, but he's not really looking at your situation right now. But see, this was on the negative side, and you see how the two of them are shaking hands. It is a card of truce, but I see it as telling me that you haven't been contacted by him yet, but you will. You will. And it's giving me a period of 2. So I'm taking it as being 2 months by September. And what's positive about it is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles, it feels, is a student. So whatever class, whatever lesson, whatever enlightenment you wanted from him, you will be getting. So the answer from your mom is going to be positive.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Welcome to Psychic Sundays Live. What's your question?
How is my Pisces feeling about me? And will we be communicating soon?
You know, one time when I was young and foolish, I got some very wise advice from one of my male professors. I'd just gone through a bad relationship thing. And he said, "Well, you remember to always stay sweet." And they turned around and smiled at me and kind of winked. I said, "And always remember that men like to be spanked." And it's a true story. He said that. And you need to remember that too. You can't make it 100% easy on him. Men like their women to have a bit of a bite to them. So sharpen your tongue with your Pisces. He needs it.
You're welcome, Nav.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He's playing hard to get. Okay, so definitely the attitude 100% will help you because this guy loves you. He's kind of playing games. The two cards, both negative and positive, are both very positive cards. On the negative side, you get the Wheel of Fortune. And that makes sense because I think that it's just not happening fast enough for you. But the cards are telling you, give it 8 to 10 weeks, you know? A lifetime is forever. And when the seasons change, when fall comes around, because death only means horrible death in bad B movies. And I don't think I'm in one of those. This has this feeling of being in the time of Halloween, which is a time when the world goes through a death-like process. So look for changes to happen with your Pisces, in over the next 8 to 10 weeks. And seriously, take my first piece of advice. That came from a professor, very wise man. Hello, anybody out there?
Ashley says they haven't spoken in 8 weeks because of a minor disagreement. I guess one of you didn't think it was so minor.
Yeah, well, this too shall pass. But if you want to know if this guy loves you, yes. Is he still in the game? Yes. The number 8 to 10 still comes up. Somehow you guys are still in communication. At least somehow he's keeping track of you because he knows what's going on with you. Sorry, I have no control of what comes out of my mouth. My producer's making faces at me. Okay, next question.
Well, don't have any questions just yet. You're welcome, Ashley. Tell your friends.
Yes, everybody remember to like and subscribe, share, share, share. Tell everybody about it. We're still new, we're still learning, but we want to get lots and lots of subscribers and more subjects for the queen, right? Your queen of Ooga Booga. You know how that came about. Is toxic waste still there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, too bad. 'Cause she'd know about this. One of my brothers was making fun of me. I'd started a shop in Kitchener called the Mystic Rendezvous. and he was. I think he was trying to get my goat, so he looked at me and called me the Queen of Ooga Booga, and I'm sure it was supposed to. I'm sure it was supposed to make me angry, but I'll tell you what, I loved it. I loved it, and I've just felt like the queen ever since.
Well,
Yeah, that was a long time ago when I first moved to Kitchener. That was back in the mid '90s, and I ran a shop called the Mystic Rendezvous, and I did readings and I taught workshops out of there. As a matter of fact, the people that were the OGPS filming, one of their staff, Wanda Hewitt, Wanda Hewitt is a former student of mine. She was one of my better students, and now she's a very good medium.
why Psychic Sundays live?
It sounds cool. It's Sunday, it's psychic, and it's live. What else are we going to call it?
Tell them the history of it though.
Oh, the Psychic Sundays. Okay, so back in the mid '90s, and yeah, I was kind of on that story anyway. When I had the Mystic Rendezvous, I also had a show, and this ran for 2 years on AM '96 every Sunday night from 7 to 9 p.m. And it was Psychic Sundays with Sally Diane, and it was me and Early Shirley, and Early Shirley ran the board, and in the studio there was a little poster, and it was a picture of Fred Flintstone, and it had a caption that said, "Remember, this is who your audience is." And whenever I get calls, I just stare at that, and that was my focal point. Picture of Fred Flintstone.
Okay, we got two questions. Marcy says we didn't hear you when we were doing the answering the question about the pandemic. If you
Oh,
could recap that.
oh, the
And
pan.
we also have a question from Moose. Hi, Moose. And he wants to know if he's getting a new job soon.
Okay, Moose, I'll get to you after Marcy. With the pandemic, I do see that we're kind of getting a cap on it. So we'll see it flatten out a bit and maybe even go down some. And sometime around Labor Day or shortly thereafter, sometime in September, we're going to have like this spike where it's just going to go zing, and then it's going to go straight down. And that's going to be the end of it. But we are going to get one spike, and that's here in Canada. Uh, the U.S. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, Moose. Moose wants a new job.
Chris says to watch your language.
Oh,
Or maybe that's for me. I'm not sure. Which one of us, Chris?
did I swear? I didn't mean to. Okay, so Moose, the middle card is the Five of Wands, and that's a card about kind of jumping in the game and competing for what's there. Um, it shows me that, okay, September and October are the best times for you to take risks as far as getting a job. I think that you're in a position now where you might, I think maybe you can't tell your boss you're looking for a job or something along those lines. It feels like there's a restriction, there's a, a kind of an if or a when there. But it just says jump into the fray. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. So, yes, September and October are very good months for you job wise.
Thank you, Moose.
Did I swear, y'all? I didn't mean to. I really didn't mean to.
It's language is allowed on Facebook. They just don't monetize it, which is fine because we're not monetizing any of these videos anyway.
I just want to know which one of the forbidden words I said. I said it and I missed it. I didn't even have the joy of saying it intentionally.
Well, maybe it was shoehorn. Although that came out of my mouth.
Okay. Well, the S and the H was there anyway. Okay. So, who else? What else?
Pretty quiet here so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed being on the radio. That was a lot of fun, and I'd have some. Well, I worked the circuits there too, and I'd have some of the other psychics on. My friend Lynn Stevenson would show up on my show a lot, which is a lot of fun because we go out to dinner, her and her husband, and then we'd go up to the studio and take the people's questions. There was one night, I think this was the first show that I did with Lynn, and this young girl called, and she said, well, I'm just starting to date this guy, and I just wanted to know what you thought of him. And I'll tell you, I just got these creepy feelings right away. And I kind of made a face and looked at her. And it was surprising because she made a face and looked at me at the same time. So we just both nicely said that he probably wasn't a good idea. So I'll tell you, if I really get a bad feeling about somebody, I'll let you know.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. Welcome to the show. It's good to see you. Do you like 3 cards thrown?
She wants to know if there's any changes coming in her life. So, yep.
Life is a river. There's always
right,
changes.
right.
Unless you want to go up on the bank and watch it go by. Okay, so Sharon. And she knows this look on my face. I'm just trying to figure out how to. Okay, so the center card, the 7 of Wands. But you know what I get is the same stuff, different day. Same stuff, different day. I think that you've got some patterns there building up in your life that you need to shake things up a bit. And I'm not saying that because anything's going bad. I just kind of feel like just you need to break it up. You just need a little excitement in your life. You've got a good skill set. Work-wise, you're okay. I do see that you have some choices coming up. And I know you've seen my 2 of Pentacles before. And what I really like about this card is it has her in the middle looking in the mirror. And that's one of the aspects of the 2 of Pentacles is that, there's always a decision. And which one you choose, you have to know yourself. And you do have some choices coming up. And I'm telling you, don't be weak of heart. Don't try and stay in the same spot or the same rut. When choices come, pick one and run with it.
Thank you, Sharon. Hey, how do you guys like the new set?
Yeah, we had to switch rooms because my laptop just was not doing the job well, so we had to go to where the good computer was.
Ah!
Loosely speaking. Okay, so It's about time to wind it up. Anybody have any last questions? Any last comments? Anything anybody wants to know? I'm in Stratford, and anybody that would like to see me in person, just contact Erin at the Spa by the Tracks, and I offer 25-minute readings and 55-minute readings there, and you can schedule with Erin. If you would like to have a reading via Skype or Facebook Live, go to the Emerald Muse website. That's the Emerald Muse. Emerald like the gem, and Muse like the MUSE, Muse.
And we're going to be live with OGPS filming on July 18th.
Saturday, July 18th.
That is going to be in the Edinburgh Suite in the Queen's Inn in Stratford. We do have limited spaces available for a live audience.
Very limited.
And it'll be Chris and Sally talking about their experiences, interviewing each other. Should be a lot of fun.
Talking about the Ghosts of Stratford, and OGPS Filming is the exclusive filmer of the Queen's Inn at Stratford. So that's where you get we have permission to film there. We're the only investigators that have the permission to film there. Well, they are, and I will be collaborating with them. I'm looking forward to it. And we'll also be talking about an event that we're doing in November, where we will be doing workshops and speeches, and we'll actually be doing a live investigation and perhaps, just perhaps, a seance.
Yeah, seances at that hotel are always fun, always interesting, never a dull moment.
Nope, the picnics keep it going.
And the more we do, the livelier it gets.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so tune in next week for Psychic Sunday Live with your Queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane. Send me pictures of your palm for our weekly palm readings. And with your pictures of your palm, give me your whole hand, your thumb, your fingers, your palm, and right down to here, your left hand, your right hand, and make sure you have your hands relaxed. And tell your friends about me. Tell your family, tell strangers, tell your enemies, and make them friends. And tune in to Psychic Sunday Live next week with your Queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane. Thank you.